welcome back, welcome back. And of course, welcome back to, guess what? Another episode of Cavs State of Mind, okay? And it's your girl, it's your host, Big Najah Lee. You heard repping that big 216 energy, y'all. And again, welcome back to Cavs State of Mind, man. The realest Cleveland Cavaliers breakdown on the net, and literally the only place where hoops meet higher perspective. Yo, every episode, I'm going to take you upstairs just a little bit, okay? And again, repping that big 216, you know what I'm saying? Born and raised, thoroughbred Clevelander, you feel me? And tonight, in the city, you feel me? I ain't even in the city right now, but I already know the energy in the land just feels different tonight. It feels different tonight, y'all. The biggest reason why it feels different in the land tonight, okay? And shout out to my Cleveland Cavaliers, man. We've been already showing how resilience really is the secret to success. But that's for another story. Okay, listen, the real reason why the energy is different today, and if you agree, just hop in the chat and let me know something. You feel me? Darius Garland DG is back. He's back, baby. And Lord knows, it just the engine just don't run. The car just don't run that smooth without DG. You feel me? It's his level. We're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it, right? So welcome back, DG. Welcome back. Happy 2025-2026 season to you. Okay. Welcome back to the uniform. He been on the sidelines with the drip all season long, right? So we've been still privileged to see him pull up. You know what I mean? He's still great energy on the bench. You know, he's still giving game and dropping jewels. But it's different when your two-time All-Star is suited up, right? And ready to lead the troops. Okay. And with Darius Garland today, what he brings is exactly what the Cavs has been missing for the majority of this season, this very early premature season, right? The rhythm, the trust, the flow, and that leadership at the point guard position, we've been missing that, right? And of course, any team that is down their starting point guard is going to miss that. Okay, so shout out to Lonzo Ball. Now we get to see what the hit's supposed to be hitting for, what the lick's supposed to be licking for. Now we're going to see it tonight, right? At least in small doses. Again, DG is coming back tonight. Welcome. And what we don't know is how many minutes he's going to get, right? If he's going to be um restricted, right? We don't know if they're gonna let him, jump off the porch and hit the ground running. That's what we don't know yet. So we got to get into this game to kind of see how Kenny Atkinson is gonna play it. And based on track record, Kenny he like to protect his people, right? So I don't think DG gonna come in getting 30 minutes tonight. If we see him 20-22 minutes tonight, I think that's a good first game. Somebody who has been recovering from this surgery since what, June. So that being said, 20 minutes tonight, that's exactly what we should expect, right? But before we really get into like the thick of things and really talk about the game per se, we are going to kind of go around the league, give you a snapshot of what's been happening at least yesterday, because those things play into today as well. So again, the biggest question that we have today is, are the Sixers for real? Like are they for real for real? We know at least to a certain extent what the Cavs have to offer. Now it's about figuring out our lineups and timing, but we are very aware of these players. You know what I mean? Aside from Tyson, everybody's game is what we know. We know who Lonzo Ball is. Even at this point, we know who Sam Merrill is. Like, yeah, he can surprise us, but we know what he is, right? Even with Chris Porter Jr., we're gonna talk about him in a minute as well. We know what he brings to the table. Right now is the time for us to really settle in our identity, because out the gate early this season, we've been dealing with injuries, right? As a matter of fact, real quick, because I just like to jump right on into things. Let's talk about the injury report real quick. Okay, because right now it might be looking bad for us again. Obviously, they already said that DG is suiting up today. Shout out to DG, welcome back. Okay, but game time decision is still on JA, Sam Merrill, and DeAndre Hunter, right? So out the gate, we just been getting slaughtered with with injuries, right? Now it ain't just us, so I'm not going to cry and complain about it because so many teams in the NBA this season is starting off shorthanded, right? So we're not an anomaly with that, and we're not like, oh, the damn the NBA guys. Every team is saying that to a certain extent, right? The competitive teams, the contender teams, and the others. So everybody dealing with something. So that being said, the Sixers, okay, now is the time for when while we're finding our identity through injuries, through opposition, right? Through obstacles. On the flip side, the Sixers are starting to hone in on who they are, even with the injuries of Embiid and Paul George, right? So tonight there will not be a Embiid, right? No Paul George. Yet this season thus far, very early, the Sixers are 5-1 without Embiid. Okay, and I don't believe that that's by luck. I think that's by leadership, and I also think that's by the youth movement that's happening in the NBA right now. Right? These teams, these ownerships, they are looking to downsize. And when I say downsize, what I mean is get younger. They're looking to get younger by any means. Even if that means trading one of your great players. They just want to get younger. Also, because we are going to, go around the league here real quick. The Bulls. Shocker. Bing bong. Shocker. Nobody thought about that. Nobody was like, oh yeah, I'm betting on the Bulls this year. Nobody seen it coming. They didn't make any significant moves in their roster. However, what they doubled down on was youth. Right? They doubled down on DeRozan, you can go respectfully. Levine, go respectfully. Everybody older, pretty much go. Unless you a center and a little bit older, you can stay because those positions are harder to fill because now the center has to do so much more, more than just rebounding the ball. You got to be able to switch on defense, stretch their defense with a good jumper. So that being said, now like the Sixers have been able to do what the Cavs haven't done yet, which is win consistently, win big without their main hitters. Right? So when we don't have Donovan, shout out to Spider, we lose. When we don't have DG, it's almost impossible for us to move the ball and get penetration in the paint. Now, then when you couple not having DG with somebody like Sam Merrill who can draw multiple defenders without even having the ball in his hand, who can force the paint to make decisions without even having the ball in his hand, when he's out, even though he's not the point guard, he causes so much havoc on defense because you have to account for him, your man, and then the help defenders have to account for the screens and the rolls and how he flowing, right? So when you don't have DG, yo number one gunner, right? And this year, Paul, sidebar, I need Darius Garland for the life of me. I know he's our 2-time All-Star, but in my mind, with all this scoring threats around us, I feel like DG should be averaging double digits in assists. We have way too many powerful, consistent shooters for him not to average 10 assists a game. At least 9.8. You feel me? Like he got to get to that. But that's again another story for another day. So tonight, topics of the day: how Garland's return changes everything. Sixers early dominance without Embiid. The league wide takeaways from yesterday's scores and the Cleveland's state of mind moving forward. You know what I mean? At least for the next 25 or so games. Okay. So let's get right into it. Around the league. Okay. Yesterday, the Bulls rallied from 24 down to beat the Sixers. Again, tonight. That's why that matters. The Sixers were up 24 points on the Chicago Bulls. And one of the most underrated non-factor teams in Chicago Bulls pulls up, draws back, recoups and regroups, and come back to take that victory. Now, that says a lot to us being Cavs saying, hold on, Clevelanders, hold on, what we doing? Okay. That says a lot to us Cavs fans because it gives us confidence even when we lose a lead, a big lead, it should still give us confidence that we can maybe come back in that game. Now, one thing I'm saying that because the Cavs this season will go up 17 points and then find themselves in a barn burner, nail biter in the last 3-4 minutes of the game. And this happens damn near every single game. Why? Because when the opposing team's defense collapses, or I'm sorry, applies pressure on every aspect, every person on the court, on the ball, off the ball, apply max pressure. When they do that, we don't have a person outside of Donovan. Again, shout out to Spider. We don't have a person outside of him that can break down the defense, right? And usually when Spider is doing that, when he get in his bag, he looking for his bucket, and that's okay with me, right? Now he got some great, we got great contribution out of him from last game. You feel me? Gave us 5 assists, and so when we have him doing that as well, who can give us 30 points and 5 assists and be really efficient from the 3-point line, it means that it's up for us. Like this got to be the year, right? This got to be the season because we still missing people. And so once we tighten up and become a one unified front, man, I'm telling y'all the wide open. Okay. Now the Thunder stay undefeated. They are 8-0. And the Warriors handle the Suns. Curry has been resting. So we love Steph Curry around here. Okay. Pelicans lose Zion for a week. At this point, I don't even know if that's new news at this point. Respect to Mount Zion. I mean, I don't even know. Yeah. So at the end of the day, the Thunder, the Warriors, the Raptors, they are proving that identity matters, right? Identity matters. So what you are going to be best known for, if you come and do that every night, people don't have to be saying your name. People don't have to be rooting for you. You can still make things happen, i.e. Chicago Bulls, i.e. the Sixers. They were wrote off before the season even started. Everybody had their top 8. And the Sixers were not in there. At best, a play-in team, right? So nobody could predict this. So shout out to them. But that being said, Cleveland is right in that mix, though. Cleveland is right in the mix with everybody else, all the teams that are doing right now the unthinkable. And don't look at our record as an indication of who we are for real. Okay? Because tonight, the connection that we've been missing, the rhythm that we've been lacking, the consistency that we have, it's just been MIA, right? Offensively, the offensive consistency, especially with ball movement, especially with being able to get penetration into the paint to break down their defense, it's just not been here, hasn't been here. But now it returns, even if it's only in a 20-minute spurt tonight. It returns, and I will take 20 minutes of a healthy DG over no minutes, bro. I need that. Cut the difference, 22. Let me just go ahead 50-50. So right now the Cavs stand at a 4-3 record. it doesn't indicate to me that we need to be burning down the house. No. I'm good. I'm good where we are. And here's why. Why you good, Naj? Why you good, Naj? Here's why. Because last year, I think the start, that incredible 15-0 start, was misleading. It's hard to figure out what your true weaknesses are if you kicking everybody ass, blowing everybody out, right? Even when you got to fight back in 2 games, because we were, even on that stretch, there were certain games where we had to fight back double digit games, right? 17, 18 points, claw our way back in, and get the dub. But even that being said, though, I feel like we didn't learn what we needed to learn at the critical moments in the season because we was just winning. And as y'all know, like when you play basketball, especially like on younger levels, like high school, even certain collegiate, divisions, right? You can win off sheer talent. Talent alone can get you a dub. But it's coaching, it's chemistry, it's rhythm, it's connection, it's resiliency that's going to differentiate them hitters from them pretenders. So DG returns tonight. He's going to shore up that connection. JA, again, he's a game time decision. We don't know. But when you have Mitchell and Garland and Mobley, I think that is going to incite Mobley as well, right? Mobley hasn't really, I ain't seen what I wanted to see in Mobley so far. I ain't seen it yet. He has it in spurts. But I think with DG coming, actually, I know with DG coming, it makes his game easier too, because now it's easier for DG to get the ball to him. Now, once he get in his pocket, get in his rhythm, get in his bag early, easy alley-oops, quick little ha-has, you feel me? Now he can go and create his own thing. Now he can get the rebound, push the break, and now you got DG and Donovan on the wing running with Mobley. What you doing with that? You feel me? You gonna catch this work is what you about to do. So that's what I'm looking to see, even in a small sample size. But again, this is a big game. This is a big game for the Sixers. They trying to bounce back off that loss, and I know they feel like they should have won. If you up 24 points on the team and you lose, you're kick. Hey, y'all running laps. Well, they probably can't do that as the NBA. You can't really punish them, right? But you're gonna get this lecture though. You're gonna have to hold that from the coach. Hey, hold that. You know what I'm saying? I had to turn my head around and let you know I'm serious. You feel me? So with DG back, I believe the connection and the synergy and just that Cavaliers let them know energy is gonna be in the arena tonight. Okay, I don't even know what is they called again. They change their name every 2 years. Rocket Field House Journey. I still call it the gun. You know what I'm saying? I'm that old. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them real Clevelanders. You heard? We rock with the gun arena when the Cavs was that light blue and that orange. You feel me? Go back to that color. But listen, on a side note, shout out to the Cavs bringing back the navy blue and maroon Cavaliers throwback jerseys this year. That's always been one of my favorite Cavs jerseys, so I'm glad they bringing that back. I also want them to bring the 2016 black t-shirt jerseys back. Bring that back. We're gonna bring the one that we won in. Bring that back. Cleveland, this is for you. Bring that back. Okay, tonight, keys to beat the Sixers. All right, so let's reconnect through our rhythm. Now we bringing our point guard back, and now we actually have a backup to our point guard that has similar instincts and IQ when it comes to getting everybody else involved, but also he's 6'6", so he's a much better defender. Respectful to Darius Garland, because DG is not a bad defender. I think he get a little bit of too much shade on that. I think he's a good defender for his size. Now, yeah, can he take more gambles? Try to pick pockets. Can he be more of a pit bull type like Pritchard in Boston? Yeah, he could be, but he also is not that big. Pritchard got he kind of solid. Old boy from Indiana Pacers, Connaughton, I think that's his name. I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The old boy who cooked us in the playoffs. He's solid. He's small, but he's solid, right? And so DG kind of like he got the finesse on him. You know what I'm saying? He kind of lean, kind of slender. So he plays good enough defense for his position and for his body type. So I ain't mad at that. So let's reconnect through rhythm. So we finally got our 1-2 duo at the point guard front, right? If we get, it would be nice if we can get Sam Merrill back, but that's okay. Now we gonna have another 1-2 punch in Mitchell and Tyson. Tyson probably gonna be coming in for Mitchell because he's not gonna start today. More than likely, he's not gonna start. DG is gonna be starting, right? So you got your old starting lineup back minus JA. All right, so another big gonna start. It might be a different look tonight. Because again, with DG, we might see Evan at the 5, Nance back at the 4. You know what I mean? And we might see that, or we might see another stretch kind of like forward, like Dean Wade or something like that. Hunter is a game time decision today as well. So if y'all just pulled up to the stream, we went over the injury report, and so it's looking real bad for us right now. But we know DG is playing, and DG playing means a lot. Okay, he even coming back and again playing limited minutes, like he can do the work for two people offensively, right? He got to get his touch back, so we know he gonna take some shots. We know he's gonna try to get the floater off. But one thing he can do out the gate is pass. So usually that type of touch, your first 2 passes might be a little too hot, but other than that, it's gonna take less time to get the rhythm of getting others involved back versus getting your shooting rhythm back, getting your floater back, you know what I mean, getting those shots back. So I'm good with where we at with Garland. So yeah, we're gonna reconnect through rhythm. The next thing we are going to do, we got to protect the paint. That's something that's been kind of lacking for us, is protecting the paint. Teams are averaging 15 to 20 more paint points, and it's mainly because we're taking so many more threes. And it kind of pisses me off, but like 57 threes in a game, Cavaliers, that's ridiculous, right? There really isn't any parts of life that make me want to say it's okay for DeAndre Hunter to take 10 plus threes. No, I don't want Mobley taking 8 plus threes. What are we doing? If Donovan's taking 15 and he gives you 8, Donovan can shoot his come here. Spider Mitchell can shoot as much as he wants. When you can score 70 plus points in a game, baby, it's your world. We just living in it. We just buying tickets to see you do that. Come on. We want to see you run it back. Right? He has multiple 50-point games, 30-point games. What? Come on now. So stop it. He can take them out. I don't need. The further Mobley gets away from the basket, the less rebounds he gets. And so what we wanted to see is an increase in rebounds year over year. We want to see him go from 9 to 10, 10 to 11, any type thing. He is averaging around 8 rebounds a game. Why is he averaging so little rebounds a game, being 7 feet tall? Is because he's away from the paint. When his offense is starting at the 3-point line, he's going to be away from the basket. And it also hinders his opportunities to get offensive rebounds. So we got to do better with not only just protecting the paint, but a part of protecting the paint is rebounding, finishing a defensive play by getting the rebound. That's how you seal that. Too often we are allowing teams to get more out offensive rebound us. Now, last game we had more offensive rebounds than them, but they had more defensive rebounds than us. So in my mind, it breaks even. Rebound to rebound. Now, statistically, our offensive rebound usually would turn into some points, but that is not guaranteed. Just like their defensive rebound can turn into a fast break point, but that's not guaranteed. So we got to protect the paint, especially without Embiid. And the Sixers rely on slashing. So they're going to be moving without the ball, spacing the floor, getting out and running. We got to have our track shoes on. Don't be looking around. If you don't know what to do, just run back to the baseline. Get all the way back and defend the corners. Every game this season, we have struggled with defending the corner three. Unacceptable. Make the adjustment. We struggle with defending the corner three in the zone, and Lord knows we struggle with defending the corner three on a man, in man to man. So not only do we need to protect the paint, we just have to be more conscious and aware. Keep our body should be on the string. Help your man out. I don't even care if it's a mismatch. As long as we're switching and bodies are moving, we'll be fine. And last but not least, stay composed. Stay composed against the pace of the 76ers. Philly plays calm, confident basketball. And the Cavs can't afford to have emotional, irrational turnovers or rushed, inefficient, low quality shots. So we have to be smart. And I believe that just off the strength that DG is back, that we'll be a little bit sharper on offense with DG back, right? So this game is not just a matchup, it's a mindset test. Again, we're going to go upstairs each and every episode of Cavs State of Mind. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Shout out to JTTVP, one of my moderators. Shout out to you. She been rocking with me since her rules. So for her whole, summer, all summer, we've been rocking and doing WNBA coverage, and now we switching over to strictly Cavs and kind of like around the league cover. So Cavs State of Mind, welcome back. Like, share, subscribe, make sure y'all comment, and always show love when y'all pull up. I appreciate y'all, whether y'all watching live or on the replay. Just drop a little what up though. Yeah, so this is a mindset test, y'all. Like, we are now going into a big game where we really got to see if we just blaming injuries or we really finding our rhythm and finding our groove. And I think over the last few games, just losing some of those tough games, we've been able to see that, we really made it something. Like, we used to think, everybody know that the Cavs kind of borderline soft a little bit, right? But what we've been seeing for me, I've been seeing certain players muscle up, right? Shout out to Jalen Tyson. He is one of the key contributors that has our record even at 4-3 because he's been our third best scorer. The moment Sam Merrill went down, get well soon, Sam. Hope you coming back tonight or as soon as hell. Okay. The moment Sam Merrill went down, Tyson stepped up. Next man up. Just waiting on the opportunity. Waiting on the opportunity to get more minutes, prove himself. You feel me? Getting some key starts and living up to what I thought was expectation, right? You got a great NBA body, right? You 6'6", you strong, you wide, you quick, you athletic, you can shoot, you can dribble some, great defense, some most times. Definitely great off man help defense. Love playing the passing lanes, getting those tips, getting those deflections. Can he be better on his man, moving his feet a little bit more? Sure. Okay, but you could say that about everybody. Sometimes we catch Donovan on skates, right? And that's one of the things he didn't do. He might can skate. Knowing him, he can do everything. You feel me? So I feel like with these key pieces coming back into the lineup, coming back into the uniforms, getting back into our groove, and the key others, right, role players, that's Tyson's, the Craig Porter Jr.'s with his great defense, his sparks, right? He's had some games that he shot poorly, but he's also had some games where he shot perfectly, literally. He had a 6 for 6 game this season. What? What? 3 of them were threes. What? Come on. What we doing? Because he's understanding his assignment. And remember the last episode, I said it's a difference between knowing what your coach wants you to do and understanding the assignment, right? So yeah, he understand that, oh yeah, I'm the backup point guard, right? I'd have stepped up for DG before when he was injured, you know what I mean, with the jaw John. And so he knows kind of what the coach expects of him. But his assignment is more than what the coach expects of you. Same thing with Tyson. Your assignment is to do more faster because we need you to be great right now. We actually don't even have the time to wait. We actually need multiple point guards that can come in behind DG, not just Lonzo, but also Craig Porter Jr. Why? Because he gives you a different look. He's a better scorer than Lonzo, right? But they both have great defense. They both are super athletic. Craig Porter Jr. got more hops. So you can put him, you can really mix and match our point guards just based on the opponent, just based on the lineup. So if we look at the Central Division standings right now, we can always take a look at the East, and that's cool, right? We already know what they doing over there for real, right? We about to play one of their hitters right now. But right now we got Chicago standing in the beginning. They taking charge of the Central Division right now. I'm not gonna overreact. It's super early. We'll talk about it again when we 25 games in. Let's see who at number one then, right? Especially when we get more of our players back. Let's see who was at number one 25 games in. Remember, the Phoenix Suns last year started 8-0. That team don't even exist no more. KD somewhere else, right? Bill somewhere else. Everybody somewhere else. Okay? So call us at 25 games. We see where we at. I'm sure we'll be somewhere around 17, 18 wins, right? And we'll holler at y'all. But right now, this is what the division standings look like. So tonight is a big game. We kind of got to start being a little bit more consistent. So we need to get about 3 or 4 of them things in a row. We actually need to probably get about 5 of them things in a row, 5 dubs in a row, just to kind of like remind people, oh yeah, no, we 9-3 now. You know, that's how the lick need to read. Like it got to hit like that. Oh no, you look up and hold on. Oh no, we 10-3 now. What you talking about? Okay, that's how we gotta play it. So welcome back, DG. Tonight's game is about momentum inside the division. Right now, we starting into the 4th seed. We ain't think it was gonna start out this slow. But the beauty in starting out slow is that we see our opportunities for progression, our opportunities to improve. Whereas last year, Fool's Gold, we started off fast. Oh shit, we good. We ain't got nothing to prove. Knowing very well, now the fans knew. No, we need some bigs out here. We need another point guard. The fans knew, but the coaching staff like, oh no, hell no, we good. You know, we good. We never addressing the very apparent issues in the roster. Now this year, they've retooled all season and have addressed those issues in the roster, getting us more bigs. I still don't understand why we get the same type of big. I know that they want to stretch the offense and be able to have a big that can knock down shots, but we don't have a big that's just strong. That's just strong. Like Duran for Detroit, we got to talk about them, right? They're 5-2. They kind of started off slow, but they hit a stride. One of the reasons why Cunningham, their point guard, he found his shot, and their center Duran is putting up numbers. He had a 30-10 game. He had a 30-10 game the other day. Our big ain't had that yet. Now Jared Allen has had a 22-8 game. He's had the best performance thus far, damn near, of one of our bigs. Evan had a good game early on. I think it was the 2nd game of the season, 3rd game of the season, one of those. But consistently, he's taking 17, 18 shots, making 7 or 8 of those, getting 8 rebounds. Yeah, he's giving us 2 blocks and almost 2 steals a game, which is incredible. He gonna be in the running for DPOY again. It's at least top 3 candidate. However, offensively, it's inefficient and it's ineffective because he's too far away from the basket. Darius Garland is gonna help with that. Trust me. Tonight, Cavs State of Mind. The game tips off at 7. So let's talk about this. Cavs State of Mind. Energy wins games, but chemistry wins seasons. Right? So we're facing a team in the Sixers with a lot of energy. But the Cavs got the chemistry. We have the rapport. We have the camaraderie. We have the brotherhood, right? We got the connection, especially when our 2-time All-Star returns tonight. We're gonna see that again, and y'all know when Strus get back, he put a battery in everybody back, right? And so one of the people that also I want to mention right now, highlight, is Thomas Bryant, because new to the Cavs, right? But shout out to Kenny Atkinson for highlighting Thomas Bryant by saying, like, you know what, he is the energy that we were missing. Yes, he can. Yes, he can stretch the offense and knock down the corner 3, unlike our other centers. But what he also does is he's a true leader. He's super vocal on the bench. He's vocal in the locker room. He's vocal in practice, right? So shout out to him. Very humble dude and very giving. I watched a little bit of documentary on him when he had a charity event at his local YMCA. And it means a lot to me because I grew up in the Y as well. So shout out to him, man. I'm glad he is a Cavalier. So yeah, energy wins games, but chemistry wins season. Shout out to me. I thought of that. You're Cleveland's mindset, the Cavs state of mind has to be around patience, precision, and presence. Patience, precision, and presence. It has to be. It has to be. Why? Because when we have our point guard back, now I don't want no excuses for I wasn't able to get the pass there, or I didn't know where I was supposed to be on the court, or what to play. Nah, we got the point guard back. He know it all. Precise, right? Patience. Understanding that, yeah, he has a return, but his form, everything is not going to be dialed in. It might be. Which I might be. It might be. But it's a good chance it won't be. So we got to be patient with him. He's got to be patient with us. We know we want him to come back and everything just click, click, click. But we got to be patient mentally. Now on the court, offensively, we got to be patient. We can't turn the ball over. We can't let the Sixers get into the open court. They fly in. They going to make a movie. We got to cut the reels. Cut. So we can't do that. And then our presence, we have to be aware. We have to make our presence felt in the paint. I need our bigs to play big. Get in that motherfucking paint, dog. Mobley, you take 8 threes tonight. I'm a boy. First flight out. I'm tired of it. Get in the paint. Ain't no Embiid tonight. Who's stopping you? I understand you probably don't want to do all that banging with Porzingis, but you even still made your presence felt. Porzingis only walked out of there with 15 points. So yeah, he felt you. Do the same thing, right? Get yours and prevent them. Same thing. Donovan, get yours, prevent them. Our bench got to show up. This ain't the time to take breaks. Dean Wade, this ain't the time to be Lonzo Ball. This ain't the time. Because the Sixers are coming back. They want to win tonight. They got embarrassed yesterday to Chicago, the number 1 team in our division. So, yeah, no, we got to make our point known. Make our presence felt. Be precise and be patient. This is where right now we have a good team. This is where a good team graduates to a connected team, which is a great team, which is what we aspire to be. We were fooled last year thinking we were a great team, and we have great pieces. But this year we proved that we are a great team, that we are a well-connected, well-designed team. because Kenny and the gang, Kobe and the gang, they have invested a lot. The fans, let's talk about the fans. The fans, we've been riding with this core four. And now it's time to shut up and prove. I'm not saying we got to win a championship. But what I am saying is that it needs to be concrete. It needs to be crystal clear that we are contenders for a championship. And last year, what we thought we were, we proved to be not. Still a good team, but we gotta graduate to great. And tonight we can start laying down that foundation. Welcome back, Darius Garland. That greatness is on the way. Make sure y'all get into the comments, drop y'all prediction. Y'all got the Cavs or the Sixers. Who's gonna take this dub tonight? Again, it's only one right answer. If you in this chat, Cavs State of Mind, talking about the Sixers gonna win, stop it. Now I'm a realist though. So if we were playing a team like one of those, like if we was playing OKC tonight on DG's return game, I'm like, I don't know. It might go south for us. That's the realist in me. But the fan in me against the Sixers, I don't care how hot they are. Sixers, no Embiid, not a problem. Not a problem. So y'all get into the comments, drop your prediction. Let me know who you got. And if because you got the Cavs, you know what I'm saying, tell me what the spread gonna be, man. Like everybody might get the parlay tonight. You know what I'm saying? With the Cavs victory. Like, comment, subscribe. The only place, the realest place where the Cavaliers are discussed, and the only place where we take hoops conversations to a higher perspective. We do this every Wednesday at 6 p.m. EST. And I can't wait to see y'all next week again. Cavs Nation, go Cavs, go Cavs, and go Cavs. Come on, Dubs in the chat. Let's go ahead and get this dub tonight. Stop playing with me.